Hi there, my name is Gordon McCrory. I'm the happiness guy, although in this video you might not notice that because it's about something that makes me kind of really sad. And I wonder if this is something that kind of you do and that makes you really sad too. It's to do with habits, and it's to do with the particular habit of giving up on yourself, of quitting on stuff that's important, telling yourself stories such as you've no time, or you don't know how to, or you've no energy, or you can't afford to, or whatever the stories are that allow you to think it's okay to quit on yourself. That has to stop. And quitting on yourself is the main thing I think that has to stop with things that really matter. So you can't quit on yourself, and there's a variety of reasons why I believe you can't. Let's take identity and how you see yourself. If you quit on yourself and you keep doing that, what do you come to believe about yourself? I think you learn to be helpless. I think that how you see yourself diminishes. I think that you lose kind of a sense of pride, you lose confidence, and I think you can develop the identity of kind of, I'm the kind of person who just quits when it gets hard. And you might not say it out loud, but you might think it. And actually, that's not so different from being an all or nothing person. That's someone that quits as well when it's not going their way. So there's that, but all or nothing sounds like, oh, I'm all, but yeah, you're all sometimes, but you're often nothing. And when you're nothing, you're going the wrong way faster than when you're all. So kind of, yeah, we can't quit on ourselves, because how does it make us feel? If someone else quits on us, how would that make us feel? Quitting on ourselves is worse. We've got to live with ourselves every single day. So I think it kind of affects identity, and I think it bleeds into confidence and energy and kind of all those things. Another thing about quitting on yourself with these habit changes, if you like, when you're trying to do something and then you stop, the hardest part's starting. So if you kind of have got this routine where you start, put in a bunch of effort, make some headway, something comes up, and then you stop, you go back to the beginning, and then are faced with the hard work all over again. Whereas if you could just develop it into a habit, if you could just stay the course just that little bit longer, it would become part of you and part of who you are, and it wouldn't be that hard anymore. The hard part's the starting, the hard part's the figuring it out, but certainly the starting and the energy required for that, and the universe has got to kind of, all the planets have got to align for us to start often. So you can't, once you get started, don't quit. But what you can do, because I'm saying you can't quit, but I'm not trying to steal your freedom, I'm trying to give you more happiness. If you can't quit, then what you can do is you can pause and you can take a rest, you can retreat and recharge and re-engage, as Jocko Willink, kind of, who I think is fantastic, kind of talks about in his book, Extreme Ownership. So you don't have to stay in the fight when you're battle worn, but you can't quit either. So I think that instead of quitting, we need to get some simple rules around kind of how we're going to approach life. And I think that, let's take something like exercise. I don't have an option whether I exercise if I want to feel fantastic. It's just, so there's no point in having a question of will I, won't I? Instead it's, did I exercise yesterday? No, then I'm going today. Because I have to exercise every second day as a bare minimum. I have minimum standards. That's my identity nowadays. It wasn't always, but it is now. So what are your minimum standards? Can you set up a really easy rule that you would want to stick to? Now, when I say I exercise every day, that doesn't mean to say I kind of beast it in the gym every day or every second day, but it means that exercise is not an option on those days. But that exercise could be gentle stretching, or that exercise could be, it's typically not going for a walk, but it could be. It could be just, I go for a walk. If you're not doing anything just now, going for a walk as exercise definitely counts. So I think that you don't have the option to quit exercise, but you have the option of what to do. And you have the option of how long to do it too. So if you're tired, you don't need to do it for an hour, but you do need to do it, because as soon as you don't do it for a certain number of days, it's like that habit. Think of a habit. I've got a video on this, habits in jungles, but the jungle starts to, you've chopped away at it, you've started to form the habit, and then the jungle starts to grow back in if you've been away for it for a few days, and after a few weeks, it's as if you'd never done it. So you need to stay in there. You need to keep forming the habit, and then kind of, but never quit. But if you decide that the thing you're doing is no longer for you, and that will happen, you're allowed to change course. But you can't just do nothing in the meantime. So you keep doing what you're doing. This is a really useful rule, I think. You will keep doing what you're doing until you've got an alternative strategy, and then you shift from one to the other. But you don't stop, because you lose momentum, and it's very easy when you've lost momentum to just stop and do nothing. So I hope that makes sense. Quitting on yourself is not an option. But you can change course, and you can retreat, and you can kind of recharge, and must kind of recharge and kind of recover, and then re-engage and get back in the game. But if you stop quitting on yourself, and you never had to keep starting all over again, and that was something you'd learned 5 years ago and just implemented, how different would your life be? That's I guess my thought. So stop quitting on you. Change course, recharge, absolutely, but in the things that matter, stay engaged, keep going, and if you need a little bit of help, ask for it. Don't be so proud you can't continue with this all or nothing kind of a given when it gets hard stuff. When it's truly important, you matter, your life matters, and if you kind of stay engaged and keep working at it, it gets easy. It really gets, life gets easy when these things just become habits. So stop quitting. I'll stop talking. Take care. Bye-bye.